The day they forced me to marry a poor farmer, I knew they no longer loved me. My mother slapped me when I cried. My father pointed to the door and said, "Go! You are no longer our daughter." My heart broke as I walked away, carrying only a small bag of old clothes. But little did I know, my life was about to change forever. For 8 years, my parents prayed for a child. When none came, they adopted me. I was just a baby, left at the market. They took me home and loved me as their own. I was their sunshine. They called me Rudo, meaning love. For years, life was sweet. My mother sang to me. My father carried me on his shoulders. I lacked nothing. Then everything changed. One day, mother became pregnant. The whole village celebrated. When my sister Gamuchirai was born, I was happy, but soon I became invisible. Gamuchirai got new clothes. I wore rags. She ate meat. I got scraps. If she cried, they blamed me. "Rudo, why did you upset her?" they would shout. One night, I heard them whispering. "We spent so much on Rudo," my father said. "Now we have our own child. She is a burden now." My heart sank. One morning, a thin man in torn clothes came to our house. His name was Chenjerai. He had no family, no money, and my parents smiled. "Rudo will marry him," my father announced. I begged, "Please, I don't know him. Don't send me away." My mother slapped me. "Be grateful, we found you a husband." With no choice, I left with Chenjerai, tears streaming down my cheeks. Chenjerai's heart was small but clean. He looked at me with gentle eyes. "I am sorry they forced you," he said. "I promise I will never hate you." I was surprised. He cooked for me. He gave me his only blanket. Who was this man? Days passed. Chenjerai worked hard, but we stayed poor, or so I thought. One evening, men in fine clothes came to our hut. They bowed to Chenjerai. "Chief Chenjerai," one said, "your business in Harare needs you." My mouth fell open. "Chief? Business?" Chenjerai sighed. "Rudo, I'm not poor. I disguised myself to find a woman who would love me for who I am, not for my money." Tears filled my eyes. You are rich," he nodded. "And now you will never suffer again." Chenjerai took me to his real home, a mansion, servants, cars, beautiful clothes, all mine. He treated me like a queen. For the first time in years, I was happy. But what about my old family? A famine struck the village. My parents and Gamuchirai lost everything. They begged for food. When they heard I was now wealthy, they came crawling. "Rudo, forgive us," my mother cried. "We were wrong." Chenjerai stepped forward. "You threw her like trash. Now you will know hunger as she did." He gave them one bag of rice, just to survive, but never thrive. They lived in shame while I flourished. Years passed, and our life was peaceful. Then one rainy night, a frail woman staggered to our gate. "Anna, my birth mother." "Rudo, I saved you for 30 years, she whispered before collapsing. My world spun. Another mother. Chenjerai carried her inside as my hands trembled. Who was this woman? Why had she abandoned me? When she woke up, her story spilled out. "I was young, poor, the day I left you at the market. I hid and watched until your adoptive parents took you. I thought you would have a better life." Her tears mirrored mine. I never stopped regretting. Chenjerai wiped my cheeks. "What do you want to do?" I stared at her cracked hands that had suffered, hands like mine. Stay, I said, but we go slow. Anna settled in a cottage near our home. She taught the village children pottery, her laughter weaving into our days. Gamuchirai, now married to a teacher, often visited. One evening, as we molded clay together, she gasped. Anna's locket had sprung open, revealing a tiny portrait. "That's my grandmother's face," Gamuchirai cried. Anna's eyes widened. "Your grandmother was my sister." The truth hit us like lightning. Gamuchirai and I were cousins by blood. News reached us that my adoptive parents, broken and ill, were returning to beg forgiveness one last time. I stood at the crossroads, bitter memories versus the peace I had found. Chenjerai squeezed my shoulder. "Whatever you choose, I'm here." That night, I dreamed of my childhood, the good and the bad. At dawn, I knew what to do. I met them at the village square. The crowd held its breath as my adoptive father fell to his knees. "We were fools," he croaked. "Can you forgive us?" I looked at their sunken faces, then at Anna and Gamuchirai behind me, my tangled family bound by pain and hope. "I forgive you," I said, "but we will never be as we were. Go in peace." I turned and walked away, their sobs fading behind me, the chains of the past finally broken. On the day our hospital opened, the village threw a feast. Chenjerai lifted our son high as the dancers swirled around us. Anna kissed my cheek. Gamuchirai handed me a pot of seeds. "To plant for the future," she said. As the drum beats rose, I closed my eyes and breathed in the joy. The orphan, the outcast, the wife, the mother, now a healer.